If I had to be blunt, I do prefer Frank Herbert over Robert Jordan. Probably because I think that Robert Jordan is just frankly copying what Frank Herbert did and not really advancing fiction too much. Now, that doesn't mean he's worthless. It just means that Robert Jordan has a very particular style. He just likes to do things in the way he's going to do them, and if you don't like it, it will not be for you. There is something definitely amazing by what he accomplished. The fact that he put an epic of this massive size and that he literally died before completing it, that is very impressive. But when I look at the actual fiction, for me, the most alarming issue has always been the main antagonists. Now, I do like a lot of them, but I do think setting up this cosmology where there is just a satanic figure, and that is the figure seducing, quote, the bad guys, makes no sense, right? If this character is essentially the devil, and the devil cannot be trusted, why would anyone be on the side of evil? I don't know, but they are. And I don't want to spoil these other pieces of fiction, but when I look at the Dark Tower, the motives of what is behind why this person does something is much, much more coherent. And the same goes for Dune. The reason that people will do something morally questionable, or at least for a while act with the bad guys, makes sense for those universes. But with, frankly, Wheel of Time, it just feels like a miracle that just things are the way they are. That is how Robert Jordan constructed things, and you just have to accept it for what it is. And I just have a lot of problems with that. That said, these are really amazing books in many ways. I think as a writer, Robert Jordan is very, very good in a technical sense. I really do enjoy the prose style. He does a very, very good job of communicating what this world is like and what is attractive about it. But beyond a certain point, it feels like these details and details and details are being done for their own ends. It's not really to give you really that deep of insight into what are these characters, what is this world, what is this piece of fiction. If you've already read Lord of the Rings, or read Dune, or even read the Dark Tower series, frankly, you've gotten basically the best moments you can get from this series. Does that mean Robert Jordan himself has nothing to offer? No, I wouldn't say that. I think it's fine that he's retreading old ground, but he is retreading old ground, and that has a value, and it has a purpose. But beyond a certain point, it's a limited purpose. It just seems these books are for a very specific audience that has encountered fiction and enjoys it, but doesn't really want innovative fiction. And I think The Dark Tower here stands in stark contrast, because that is very self-consciously playing with structure, playing with narrative. It's really a challenging set of books, but it never feels that King is showing off, although he admits he's doing that. And again, I don't think every Dark Tower book is amazing. I think the earlier books are much stronger. The narrative loses a lot of power when we get to the end. But nevertheless, there is an attempt to take fantasy fiction to the next level, whereas Robert Jordan is just kind of stuck in cliches and repeating himself. But he does it for so long, it looks very impressive, and it is. But again, beyond a certain point, it is like, okay, you did this very, very long trek, but really, we could have gotten there much shorter time, and what did we really experience? We just experienced a very elongated version of Tolkien and Frank Herbert. Okay, I guess that's something, but really, what does that mean at the end of the day? It just means we got elongated Tolkien and elongated Frank Herbert. That's about it.